What are your career aspirations and how did you get interested in auto sales?
I have always been interested in cars and the automotive industry, and I saw auto sales as a way to combine my two passions. I am very ambitious and I see a career in auto sales as a way to learn about the industry, meet new people, and earn a good income. I am also attracted to the challenge of selling cars and the satisfaction that comes with it.
What are the most important qualities for success in auto sales?
There are a few qualities that are important for success in auto sales. First, it is important to be knowledgeable about the product you are selling. This means being able to answer questions about the features and benefits of the vehicle, as well as knowing how to compare different models. It is also important to be able to build rapport with potential customers and create a trusting relationship. This means being friendly and personable, and making sure that your customer feels like they can rely on you. Finally, it is important to be persistent and have good closing skills. This means having the ability to overcome objections and close the deal.
What motivates you to sell vehicles?
I am motivated to sell vehicles because I enjoy the process of helping people find the right car for their needs and budget. I also like the challenge of negotiating the best possible price for my customers.
What do you see as the biggest challenges in auto sales?
There are several challenges that auto salespeople face on a daily basis. The most common and difficult challenge is probably finding new customers. With the vast majority of people who buy cars already having a vehicle, it can be difficult to find new buyers. Additionally, competition from other dealerships and private sellers can make it tough to sell cars. Another challenge that salespeople face is meeting quotas set by their employers. This can be difficult if sales are slow or if there are few potential customers. Finally, some customers may be challenging to deal with and may try to negotiate excessively or haggle over price.
How do you handle objections from customers?
There is no one-size-fits-all answer to this question, as the best way to handle objections from customers will vary depending on the specific objection and the customer's individual personality. However, some tips on how to handle objections from customers in a general sense include listening to the customer's objection carefully and trying to understand their perspective. Attempting to address the objection directly, rather than sidestepping it. Offering alternative solutions or options that may be more palatable to the customer. Being willing to negotiate and compromise where necessary. Maintaining a positive and professional attitude throughout.
What are your closing techniques?
There are a few different closing techniques that I like to use when selling cars. One is the assumptive close, where I assume that the customer is going to buy the car and I start talking about things like financing and trade-ins. This usually works well if the customer is already leaning towards buying the car. Another technique is the trial close, where I ask the customer if they would like to take the car for a test drive or if they have any questions about the car. This helps to gauge their level of interest and see if they are ready to make a purchase. Finally, I always make sure to thank the customer for their time and let them know that I appreciate their business, regardless of whether or not they buy a car from me.
Can you describe a time when you successfully overcame a difficult sales challenge?
I was once tasked with selling a high-end car to a customer who was very price sensitive. I did my research and knew that the car was worth every penny, but the customer just wasn't budging. After a lot of back and forth, I finally found a way to compromise. I offered to lower the price by a certain percentage if the customer agreed to add on some extra features that would add value to the car. In the end, both parties were happy with the deal and it was a successful sale.
What do you know about the latest trends and developments in the automotive industry?
The automotive industry is constantly evolving, with new technologies and trends emerging all the time. Some of the latest trends and developments in the automotive industry include Electric vehicles. Electric vehicles are becoming increasingly popular, as they offer a more sustainable and environmentally friendly option than traditional petrol or diesel cars. Connected and autonomous vehicles. Connected and autonomous vehicles are another major trend in the automotive industry. These types of vehicles are equipped with advanced technologies that allow them to communicate with each other and with infrastructure, as well as to drive themselves. Ride sharing. Ride sharing services such as Uber and Lyft are becoming increasingly popular, as they offer a convenient and cost-effective alternative to traditional taxi and car rental services. Car subscription services. Car subscription services such as Care by Volvo and Fair allow customers to subscribe to a vehicle for a monthly fee, rather than buying or leasing it outright. This is becoming a popular option for customers who want the flexibility to change their vehicle regularly.
How do you keep up with industry news and changes?
I keep up with industry news and changes by reading automotive trade publications, attending industry events, and networking with other professionals in the auto sales industry. I stay abreast of new developments in the industry so that I can better serve my customers and advise them on their purchase decisions.
What would you say is your greatest strength as an auto salesperson?
My greatest strength as an auto salesperson would be my ability to connect with customers and build rapport quickly. I have a natural ability to put people at ease, which allows me to quickly establish trust and credibility with potential buyers. I am also very knowledgeable about the products I am selling, which gives me the confidence to answer any questions that come up during the sales process.
Why should a customer buy a vehicle from you instead of another salesperson or dealership?
The customer should buy a vehicle from me because I am knowledgeable about the vehicles and I can help the customer find the perfect vehicle for their needs. I am also honest and transparent with my pricing, so the customer knows they are getting a good deal.
What do you consider to be your personal selling style?
I would say that my personal selling style is quite consultative and relationship driven. I really focus on getting to know my customers and understanding their needs before making any recommendations. I find that this approach helps build trust and rapport, which ultimately leads to more sales.
What are some of the unique selling points of the vehicles you sell?
Some of the unique selling points of our vehicles include their fuel efficiency, safety features, and stylish design. Our fuel-efficient models are perfect for those who want to save money at the pump, while our safe and reliable vehicles are ideal for families. Our stylish and modern vehicles are sure to turn heads on the road.
How do you handle customer questions and concerns about pricing, financing, and other aspects of the purchase process?
When it comes to questions and concerns about pricing, financing, and other aspects of the purchase process, I always make sure to listen to the customer carefully and address all of their concerns thoroughly. I believe that it is important to be transparent with customers and make sure that they understand all of the details involved in the purchase process. I also think it is important to be flexible and willing to negotiate in order to come to an agreement that is satisfactory for both parties.
Can you provide an example of a successful upsell or add-on sale that you made?
I was recently working with a customer who was interested in purchasing a new car. After discussing her needs and budget, I showed her a few different models that fit her criteria. She ultimately decided on a mid-sized sedan. As we were completing the paperwork, I asked her if she would be interested in adding on an extended warranty. I explained that it would cover any repairs or maintenance for an additional year beyond the standard warranty. She thought it was a good idea and decided to add it on to her purchase.
What are your thoughts on the future of the automotive industry and its impact on auto sales?
There is no one-size-fits-all answer to this question, as it depends on the specific automotive industry and market in question. However, some general trends that could impact auto sales in the future include increasing electric vehicle adoption, autonomous driving technology becoming more mainstream, and a shift towards subscription-based ownership models.